Hello, my name's Sarita and I'm speaking to you today from Soulhenge, and I'm here to help you understand the truth about who you are. Now, one of the truths about who you are is that you are a soul having an experience who is on a road of evolution, and that is why you incarnated here. And what I wanted to give you today was a tip which is going to help you to ascend in your awareness. And this tip is that it's absolutely imperative to take risks, become uncomfortable, and face your fears if you want to ascend in your awareness. And this is primarily because we can only change and understand that the boundaries of our limitations don't exist when we come into present moment heart-centered awareness. And when you come into the present moment, what happens is that what you're faced beyond yourself in that present moment is limitlessness. So in other words, you're faced with things you've never experienced before. And in terms of your unconscious programs and your egoic mind, they would label these experiences that you've never had before as risks or fears. And they would also tell you that under no circumstances should you face your fears or take any risks whatsoever. And this is because basically our unconscious mind is, in a way, the biggest computer program that we are running. And most of our thoughts are unconscious, and most of them, unfortunately, are derogatory. And in our society, we have really been conditioned to run from our egoic mind. And basically, the ego is a survival mechanism that we anchored with into this incarnation. And as a survival mechanism, the ego's job is to keep you in the familiar. Its job is to stop you taking any risks whatsoever under any circumstances, in case those risks cause your death. Because for the ego, anything that's unfamiliar is potentially a risk for its own death. So basically, it's trying to keep itself alive. And if you are someone who is wanting to expand your consciousness to manifest changes in your life, whether they're things like career changes or, manifesting new love, or just experiencing more gratitude and joy, or trying to manifest healing for yourself, the only way you're going to do that is to begin to explore beyond the boundaries of your perceived limitations. So in other words, you've got to explore the risks that are out there, the risks of a new way of being, and you've got to face your fears of change. And I really wanted to have this conversation with you because it's something that has been, in a way, a life's commitment for me. I have always had the philosophy from young that if something scared me, it was basically a massive indicator that I should do it. And this life's philosophy has really, I have to tell you, never failed me. Every time I have faced a fear, so in other words, faced the boundaries of my own limitations, what's happened is I have become more sovereign and more empowered as I realized that that fear actually had no hold over me. And also, when I face my fears, I always find without fail that these turn into the most exciting opportunities. And what I'm really understanding now is because those opportunities are rooted in my own alignment. They're rooted in my understanding that as I stand up, face my fears and take risks, I actually come more into the present moment. And that's really who I am. What I am not is a set of limitations which have been created by my unconscious beliefs. That's what we perceive ourselves to be, but it's not the truth of what we actually are. So if you're watching this channel, in all probability, you are interested in expanding your awareness. You're interested in ascending into a higher vibration and into the fifth dimension. And also you're probably on a healing road, whether that's physically, mentally, emotionally, or energetically. And I really do see with a lot of my clients and a lot of different people that as they begin to step up to the mark and step up into the truth of who they are, a lot of anxiety rises up to meet them. It's like the ego or your unconscious programs begin to go to war with you as you begin to say, actually, I think there's got to be another way. And so it's really common as you begin to face your fears and experience change within your life and manifest exciting potentials for yourself, that anxiety levels can begin to rise. It's the ego flashing warning signs at you that you really should stop. And this is actually a fantastic indicator that you are on the right road, because the more fear that you're feeling and facing, the more you are expanding your awareness into your unlimited potentials. And that's why I would suggest to all of you to begin the process of consciously facing some of your fears and taking risks every single day. And these risks don't have to be huge. They can be small risks. So for example, let's say obviously you're on this road of spiritual enlightenment and this subject really interests you, but all of your friends and family are just not on the same plane as you are. In other words, they're not interested in spirituality or self-awareness at all. And so maybe in your day-to-day life, you just kind of keep quiet about how you really feel about, you know, vibration and frequency and all of those things. So what you could maybe do to take risks and explore the boundaries of your own fears is to begin to speak up a little bit about how you actually think and feel. And as you do this and you begin to face these fears, they're going to become less and less fearful and more thrilling for you. They become exciting as you explore the boundaries of these risks, if you like, you know, this, but let's say you were doing a bungee jump. It's also absolutely terrifying, but on the flip side, as you jump, or so I've heard, it's absolutely thrilling as well. So you begin to experience the thrill of it as well as the innate fear. And what's happened to me in my life is the more and more that I face my fears, the bigger and bigger fears that I can face. So, for example, this YouTube channel was, you know, massively terrifying and still continues to be pretty terrifying from time to time. The more videos I make, the more comfortable I feel and the less worried I feel about what people may think of me, and, you know, what I look like and all of those kind of weird things, those fears that I've been carrying around about being ostracized or abandoned in society. And what I've noticed now is when I put a video up that really scares me, so obviously this is once in a while now. So when I put a video up about a subject that I think is quite controversial, I'm a bit nervous or actually terrified about putting it up. What tends to happen is I get the best response. So I'm beginning to notice a really direct correlation with facing my fears and actually receiving information from the source field that is in alignment to who I really am. And so what I'm really saying is, in order to explore the limitless and infinite potential of your own beingness, the only real way to do this is to take risks and face your fears and face this unlimited source field of opportunity that is in front of you. And what will happen as you do this is, or what I found anyway, is that as I face my small fears, they come up and I face them and I clear them, and they come up and I face them and I enjoy them. I am diving more and more deeply into the layers, the really unconscious layers of my biggest fears, and those are the ones that are now beginning to rise up and face me. They're like my demons, you know, my really scary monsters, and they're rising up to face me. And because I have tools at my disposal, you know, things like my meditation, my manifesting tools, all the things that I do, and also the tools of my past experience of facing my fears, I'm able to face these fears and clear them. And I'm hoping at some point in the future, I may have finally got through all of my unconscious unconscious conditioning and fears, and actually be running moment by moment from a really aligned space of present moment awareness. And I know when I get to that point, I will be able to rest within the fifth dimension, which is heart-centered present moment state of being, 100% of the time. So I think this is the end goal. We can't take our emotional baggage with us into the fifth dimension. So in whatever way that you're trying to change your life, whether you're trying to manifest new, exciting, amazing things for yourself, or manifest new healing, or just manifest a heightened state of awareness for yourself, this is the road, because the ultimate game is for us as a species to ascend into fifth dimensional living. And in order to do that, we've got to face everything and clear it all. And so this is a really, really not easy, but it's a quick way of facing your unconscious, detrimental, fear-based beliefs. So I hope this has been helpful for you, and if you like this video, then please like it, and if you'd like to see more videos, then please just subscribe. Thank you very much for listening.